singular quotes from Nick that he said. And then when it came to the issue of Dave Rubin, you argued in the extreme of he have to go out and advocate and proselytize this particular thing.
That's what Nick's doing. Nick is proselytizing.
Nick has.
I've never.
How many times has he praised Hitler?
I've never once seen
How many times has he praised Hitler?
Rubin go on a show and say we need more surrogacy.
How many times has he praised Hitler?
More gay adoptions. I've never seen him do that.
How many times has Nick praised Hitler?
I don't know.
Exactly. And Dave has promoted surrogacy.
At least once.
Indeed. And Dave has at least once promoted surrogacy. So what is the moral?
You really think Nick Fuentes has only praised Hitler
once? I don't think.
Yeah, they're talking about Nick Fuentes. Just that's a Nick. So
what is it? Okay. This is so annoying. Tim knows that Nick Fuentes has praised Hitler more than once. He knows that to be true. Why is he doing this like bullshit gotcha? Well, how many times? First of all, how many times have you seen someone praise Hitler? Is a weird question. Once is enough, right? Like, how many times have you seen someone advocate for pedophilia? Once is enough. Like, would we ever accept this excuse in another circumstance? Like, well, I mean, maybe he said pedophilia was only good once, right? He said it only once.
That's disgusting. Anyone who can say it once, I'm staying away from that person, right? I'm avoiding that person from now on.
And then also to make this, you can be against, I'm not against surrogacy, but you can make some kind of argument. Lots of people make arguments they don't like surrogacy. I get it. There has to be a difference in your fucking mind between surrogacy and supporting a guy who is doing a intentional genocide of people based on their religion and ethnicity. Those seem like different tiers of things, right? You're like, well, we have the guy who's doing the genocide on people and it's causing this massive fucking world war, and we have people that are doing surrogacy. It doesn't seem comparable to me, at least personally.
It is a kind of weird comparison. They're trying to make it the moral equivalency and praising Hitler and promoting surrogacy. Didn't Nick Fuentes say it's Hitler Friday? How many Fridays are in a week? How many weeks? How many
Fridays are in a week? Well, one.
How many weeks are in a year?
There are 52 weeks.
I mean, it makes look, the way he was promoting Hitler makes me think they do it once a week. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's multiple clips. There's at least 3 clips that we had of him praising Hitler.
He was saying it was Hitler Friday.
Yeah. There was,
which made me think every Friday was Hitler Friday.
He was 100% agreeing with Ye when Ye was on Alex Jones, when Ye was talking to Gavin McInnes, when Ye was anywhere, who kept saying Hitler was, praising Hitler, and he even said, like, we need to stop, shitting on Hitler. Hitler was cool. So it's just, why the fuck is Tim being so, this is a rhetorical question. I know why Tim is being such a soy cock about this situation. It's because he wants the Groyper bucks. He doesn't want to trigger, or he doesn't want to trigger his audience enough. This is a total sellout, total shill moment here. He's talking to Joel Berry, who is conservative. He's definitely 100% conservative, but is on the anti-Nick Fuentes train. And so Tim has to do this, game, this dance where he is like, well, I'm not a Groyper, but I'm going to totally shit all over the people that are criticizing them. Like, it's the most cucked shit ever I've ever seen. Just like if Tim's just going to do this, just suck it up. Just go full Groyper. Stop being a fucking cuck about the situation.
People keep telling me that Nick Fuentes is a comedian and this is all like a Stephen Colbert act. This, I love him loving Hitler is just a Stephen Colbert thing. You know how Stephen Colbert always
the people that are telling you that are lying to you. I don't even believe they're being tricked. The people telling you that are just 100% lying to you, and you should never trust them for anything that they ever say.
Where are they getting this from, though?
From what do you mean? From propaganda, from lying, to trying to make it so that there's some way in which to accept his views.
I think somebody told me Dick Masterson believes this, and I think Dick Masterson is actually friends with Nick Fuentes. And Dick Masterson is obviously a comedian that plays like a super sexist pig. I don't know if you're familiar with his comedy, but he's pretty
Dick Masterson is either lying or a fucking retard.
Okay.
But I think he's lying. The amount of like IQ, the amount of mercury you have to drink on a daily basis. Okay.
Mercury is supposedly sweet. So, I mean, it is a good sweetener.
Right. To lower your IQ to the point where you would think that Nick Fuentes has been playing a character for 8 years of his political career, which has caused him a lot. I mean, he's doing well now, but obviously at first he wasn't doing well, right? He was getting banned from all these platforms and debanked and all this other shit, right? And this is all just, he's been playing a Stephen Colbert character this whole time. Are you retarded? Based on what? There's not a single fucking shred of evidence that any people had ever given for that view whatsoever. That this isn't something he actually believes. It doesn't even make sense.
Nick Fuentes is funny though. Like the Hitler Friday coming from someone who wasn't actually a racist, I could see being funny. If you knew like they were joking, it was obviously a joke.
Yeah, that's why people like him, because he's funny. Sure.
Yeah.
But don't like lie to me. Don't lie to everyone about what he actually believes.
Right. Yeah. Did you see the follow-up that Tucker Carlson did?
I did. It was very interesting.
Yeah, because I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I thought he's basically making appeal to all these Nick Fuentes supporters and saying, look, this is the wrong path. He's so running for president. Tucker Carlson is so running for president.
I interpreted it as, so if you didn't see this, Tucker, he made a very long response.
Yeah, he talked to Nikki Haley's son.
Yes, but before he talks to him, he makes this very long response about why he disagrees with white nationalists.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Which like is the kind of thing you think he should have done while he had Nick Fuentes on.
Yes.
But it's good that he's doing it. It's a little late, but it's good, right?
Yeah. Better late than never, I guess. It really, to me, felt like he interviewed Nick and was actually so stupid or out of it that he didn't expect the backlash that he got.
Right.
He probably was like, oh, all these other people interviewed him. And the backlash was significant. And I'm pretty sure there was a lot of backlash behind the scenes. That was really, really hard against Tucker. And I think that was his way to do some level of damage control, where he tries to save face and say, well, I'm not apologizing for anything I said in the conversation. I didn't do anything wrong. But also I disagree with the Groypers and white nationalists and Nick Fuentes on all these, reasons, things that he should have said in the actual conversation.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
But it seemed like it was just, to me, it read as like a cynical way to do damage control.
Right. Save
maybe you're
face.
right. Like, to save face. And maybe you're right. So if he wants to run for president, he can point to that and say, look, here's all the things I said where I disagree with Nick Fuentes.
That's exactly what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, he realizes. He probably had well, look, I don't know if he's on good terms with Trump. Trump had him at Mar-a-Lago and it wasn't great.
Right. Okay, let's continue this clip.
Go.
And I don't think Dave has only posted about surrogacy once.
I've only seen
the point is, I believe your morals are fake. You are. I genuinely do. This is the frustration that I have in my voice is not because I'm passionate about one way or the other, or whether
you're
Nick
bringing
did or
up
did
easy
not.
examples like Dave Rubin and
easy examples, because the point is,
let's talk about
in
Trump.
Trying to understand where your moral lines are. I will talk entirely.
Look at what Trump promoted on his reality shows and Playboy magazine.
I'm not a Christian.
All this stuff. Okay, I am.
Indeed.
And Christians overwhelmingly voted for Trump.
And I think your aversion to Nick Fuentes is based on some clips you've seen for which you are largely ignorant of his larger message, and you've ascribed him this position as an evil nihilist without watching anything he said.
Nick is advocating for it.
For what? For what specifically?
It is not something that he's
for what specifically?
Who he is in his personal
What has he
life.
advocated for? Are you going to mention the singular quote from just the other day where he said unite with the left? Let's talk about before that, because you've been anti-Nick for a while. Yeah. What has he said that you are against and believe he is a nihilist for all these reasons?
Why are you challenging me on Nick Fuentes? We're all agreed on this. Like we've all seen.
Because I don't think you have an answer.
He says.
Like what?
Yeah, he's advocated for child brides. He's advocated for he's questioned the Holocaust. He's said Hitler is really cool. He's talked about how we need to deport all the Jews and all the Browns and all the blacks. He is I mean, I don't watch his
My
show.
point.
I've just seen
the point that I was making is that exactly your view of Nick Fuentes.
I've seen enough. Like, why is this so hard?
Well, Donald Trump also called Nazis fine people.
No, we're obvious.
Donald Trump called Nazis fine people.
No, he didn't.
Oh, wait, hold on. Because we analyzed further to look at the full context of his messages.
You think that?
Okay, I'm having trouble here. I'm having trouble on equating this to the fine people thing.
Oh, you don't like that? You don't like?
Well, look,
like
Donald Trump said the exact opposite. I don't think Donald Trump would ever call Nazis fine people. Trump would never say, "Oh yeah, Nazis are fine people." Trump would never come out and say, "Oh, it's Hitler Friday."
Right.
Let's be serious here, right?
You don't think Trump would say that the country would be better if most of the black people were thrown in jail and if we didn't allow Jews to run for office?
No, Nick Fuentes should know this because he showed up at Mar-a-Lago and Trump was talking about how Kanye could help him get the black vote. Right?
Right. You don't like Tim's comparison here? What the fuck? Tim is such a fucking piece of shit. And he's such a cuck too. This is the most cuck shit I've ever seen in my life. Again, if he actually just wants to be like a white nationalist, then just fucking do it. Don't do this cuck shit. We're like, I don't actually agree with Nick, but you're being unfair to him the way the press was unfair to Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's not the case.
What?
That's the trouble I have. Nick Fuentes is a tough personality because it's very easy to be categorized as like a finger wagger. And I do think there's a lot of people in Nick Fuentes' audience that can probably be saved, that are probably on some nihilistic path that is not good for them. But as soon as you're perceived as some sort of finger wagger, you're going to have a difficult time reaching those people. Now, that doesn't mean you should be Tim Pool and fully fucking endorse everything he's saying, right? Or trying to make it seem like, oh, he's just misunderstood, but really he hates Nazis like Trump does. Like when Trump said in that speech that I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis, they should be condemned totally. When has Nick Fuentes ever said we should condemn Nazis totally? When's he said that?
I don't know.
Yeah, see?
He hasn't. Right. But it's the finger wagging thing is interesting too, because like you can finger wag as long as you're, I guess, funny or people like you. Because Nick finger wags like that's like 10%. That's like 90% of his shtick is to finger wag at like bad people doing things.
Really?
Yeah, to say like, oh, it's so bad that we have all this porn, all these, I got to finger wag at the Jews doing all the porn and all the people controlling us. I got to finger wag at Trump now for all the bad things that Trump has done. There's so much of finger wagging going on there. It's just like there's also a lot of like, well, you're edgy, so the finger wagging is okay as long as you're edgy. Is essentially the kind of the vibe.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's an interesting perspective. But you get it. Nobody wants to be preached at, right?
Well, no. It's people do want to be preached at. They just want to be.
Well, they want to be preached what they already believe. They want to be preached at with what they're already on board with.
People want two things. They want to be preached what they already believe, yes. But then, especially if you're younger, you want to be like preached at what seems cool and rebellious.
Right.
And so, like, yeah, like when you say finger wagging, there's sort of an implicit idea that this is like normative. And yeah, like not being in favor of Nazis is a normative belief in our society.
Right.
So yeah, like in order to be edgy or rebellious, sure, you would go against that if you want.
Yeah, I guess that is the finger wagging. Finger wagging is just the perfect term because it's like, don't tell me what to do. That's the gut response to any sort of finger wagging. Like, don't fucking tell me what to do, right?
Right. But again, that's the thing. I mean, Nick does tell you what to do. Very strongly tells you what to do.
Mm-hmm. Unless I want you to tell me to do the thing I want to do.
Right. And which is also so disgusting too. Like he's like, what does Nick say that you disagree? What does Nick say that we disagree with? And then he like lists 4 things. He's like, well, he advocates for child brides. He wants to get rid of all the black people. He wants to get rid of all the Jews. He said Hitler was cool. He denies the Holocaust. And then Tim just immediately is like, Well, those were all out of context. Those are fine people hoaxed. But after he kept saying like, well, tell me what does he say that you don't think is wrong? What does he say? What does he say? Then he lists them, and he's like, those were all out of context. He got fine people hoaxed. Like what?
Makes Trump look bad too.
What? I'm curious now from Tim's perspective. If all those things are out of context, then why does Tim not agree with Nick Fuentes? Why does he keep trying to say, well, I don't necessarily agree with him? Well, what don't you agree with him? If those things are all out of context,